I can't believe my eyes actually. So what I was looking at the market became so simple. And then after a few months, I started to make 2 times of my monthly salary. And then after a few months, I'm able to make 3 to 4 times of my monthly salary. I started to trust and I started to believe on it. For many, it was miserable and it was not a happy year. But for me personally, as a trader, it was the best year.
That is exactly what I really want to know. The real strategy which you actually used to grow that 10 lakh rupees to crore and crore plus. So today we have with us Mr. Gomathi Shankar. He is a very well-known trader in the industry with over 10 plus years of market experience. He's one of the first person who got CPR in India. He has mastered this one tool and has made a very successful trading career for himself. So in this podcast, we are going to break down this indicator and his strategy to become successful in stock market.
This is where I was prepared to take my short position. I was maximizing my quantities, I was maximizing my profits even in this recovery. I'm going to take entries only at these 3 entry points.
If I talk about this strategy particularly, this actually looks like a typical classroom strategy. Then what makes this strategy really very special? That's what I want to know.
So that's what it makes this CPR indicator so special. So based on these simple observations, CPR stands out among all the other indicators.
We make a movie, on your life. It won't be RRR, it will be PPP. Hi everyone. I know आप हमारे पॉडकास्ट देख रहे हैं और आपको हमारे पॉडकास्ट अच्छे भी लगते हैं, लेकिन ये डेटा मुझे बताता है कि ज्यादातर लोग जो हमारे पॉडकास्ट देख रहे हैं उन्होंने इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया। अब आपके लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना तो बिल्कुल फ्री है एंड इट विल जस्ट टेक 1 सेकंड ऑफ योर टाइम, लेकिन हमारे इस चैनल की ग्रोथ के लिए ये बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी हो जाता है। सपोर्ट दिस चैनल, हेल्प अस ग्रो एंड सब्सक्राइब right now. And now let's begin the podcast. So we were talking about your journey, which started with a few lakhs, around I think 8 to 10 lakh rupees of capital.
Yes.
And then you crossed the crore mark and you're handling like crores of capital in your corpus. I just want to start this podcast with that strategy which gave you this kind of return, which gave you this kind of profit, or which actually made your trading career. So let's start with that first.
Okay, so when I started using the CPR indicator in 2018, so I was just wondering how this particular indicator can work so well.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to know about the CPR indicator through one of my friend, and Ashwani Gujral was using that indicator. So my trust towards that indicator has increased more than tenfold.
Okay.
Because Ashwani Gujral was a very big trader, he's a very famous trader across a trading community.
Correct.
So he used to come in the TV channels. So we used to look at his calls, and we used to look at his interviews across the TV channels. So he was a very big inspiration. So since he was using CPR indicator, my trust on that indicator has increased. So I started to explore the CPR indicator. Now in 2018, when I was using the CPR indicator for the very first time, I can't believe my eyes actually. So what I was looking at the market became so simple. So if there is a narrow CPR, the market is going to be trending. So I can deploy my entire capital. And if there is a wide CPR, or if there is a setup which is having a range bound CPR setup, then the market is going to be range bound. You no need to trade. So it was so simple indicator which made my view on the market very simple.
Okay.
So what I did, I started to deploy all the capital whenever there is a narrow CPR and whenever there are breakouts in a narrow CPR. So that's how my capital started to grow in a very quick manner. So I started to make my monthly salary easily, and then after a few months I started to make 2 times of my monthly salary, and then after a few months I'm able to make 3 to 4 times of my monthly salary. So this CPR indicator was so powerful and simple indicator. I started to trust and I started to believe on it.
Okay.
And what I did when I started, then I became a full-time trader on November 2019. So almost 2 years I've been using this particular indicator, and I've been growing my capital slowly. And then 2019 November, I started to become a full-time trader, and I got some money from my family. I took some personal loan, and I started with the 10 lakh capital.
Okay.
So my full-time trading started with just 10 lakh capital. And since you can see very well, after 2019 November, the COVID came,
Correct.
and I was able to catch that COVID crash. Since I'm a directional trader, I'm staying with the trend.
Correct.
So the moment I saw the market is getting weaker on January and February of 2020, I started to focus on puts on the with huge quantities. And the fall which happened in the month of February, March, and April, I was able to capture the maximum of it. And to my luck, of course, I believe in luck and miracles. So after the COVID crash, the market started to recover. If you see 2020 post May and June, the recovery was very sharp. It was a V-shaped recovery actually.
Correct.
And that bullish trend also, I was able to maximize it. So I should be fortunate to become a full-time trader on November 2019, because then came the COVID crash. I was
Correct.
able to capture the fall as a directional trader, and I was able to catch the recovery as a directional trader. So this 2020 COVID crash, for many it was miserable, and it was not a happy year. But
Correct.
for me personally as a trader, it was the best year. So that COVID period helped me to maximize my gains from the markets. So that's how my capital was able to grow from 10 lakh to 1 CR in a very quick manner. So 2020 and 2021, both are the years where I was able to make the maximum out of the CPR indicator. And that's how my capital has grown.
Interesting. So, I should be very direct while I ask you this. So what is the exact strategy that you used using CPR? Like, what was the buying level, where you used to sell, what you used to see, everything? That is exactly what I really want to know. The real strategy which you actually used to grow that 10 lakh rupees to crore and crore plus. Can you share that with us?
Yes, definitely. So let me show my charts. So what happened during the COVID crash? Even in one of my YouTube video which I was doing during the COVID period, if I'm not wrong, I did a YouTube video in the month of January. So I was telling that the market is breaking the higher low structure, and the market is trading below monthly CPR. So most probably the market could fall. So this is what I was saying in my YouTube channel. So what I was observing is, in the month of January, I could easily see the prices were breaking this higher low structure. So probably this is the higher low structure which we generally use for identifying the trend.
Correct.
So I was able to see this fall, and then this is where I was prepared to take my short position, because it's obviously clear that the market broke the higher low structure. It went for a pullback, and then it started to came down. Now what I was doing is, I was carrying my put options. I was taking some carry forward positions once the prices started to come below monthly CPR and below S1 and previous month low.
Okay.
So I was carry forwarding a lot of huge short positions. And then if you could see, the market was giving a gap down, and I was able to maximize my profits over here. And then still I could see the market is taking some resistances at CPR levels, because my stop loss is going to be very small. My stop loss is going to be somewhere above CPR.
Correct.
So I was taking shorts in the month of March as well, and that's where I was able to capture this fall which has happened. So by the time when I was taking the positions in the month of February, this COVID news was spreading across the globe.
Correct.
And China was having a lockdown already. So those things were helping me to hold on to my position.
Yeah.
So I was not in a hurry to book my profits, though I booked partial profits whenever the targets are hit. Like when the market hits S1, I book some partial quantities. When the market hits S2, I book some partial quantities. And then when the market was falling well, and when the market was when the lower circuit was hit, I was holding my positions with some good profits.
Okay.
And then what happened, I was still having a bearish view in the market even after the covid crash. Even in the month of April and May, I was having a bearish view and I was prepared to take short positions.
Mhm.
But to my surprise, what happened, in the month of June, the prices started to trade above the CPR levels.
Correct.
And from the month of July, we started to get ascending CPR. So ascending CPR, in short, it is going to it is a denotion of a bullish trend. It clearly tells the market is going to be bullish.
Correct.
So now what happened, from June, July onwards, I started to focus more on the bull side. And whenever the market is breaking the previous month highs, or over here when the market is trading above R1, or whenever the market is trading above the previous month high levels, I was taking a lot of long positions. And when the market is trading at the monthly CPR, and when the market is trading above the monthly CPR level, so everywhere, whenever the market was bouncing from the CPR, monthly CPR, I was not hesitating to take a long position.
Okay.
So I was maximizing my quantities. I was maximizing my profits even in this recovery. So again, if you see in the month of September and October, we had narrow CPRs. The market was not trending,
Yeah.
and in the month of November, it was a huge blast on the upside.
Correct.
So these are the months I was able to make easy money with a smaller capital of 10 lakh rupee. So this entire year was a sharp V-shaped recovery. And even in 2021, in the mid of 2021, say around the month of May, and in the month of August and September, this bull rally also was rewarding me well, because it was completely in uptrend and it was completely following the narrow CPR trending day, trending month concept. And this is a very simple strategy which I followed to understand the big picture, and I stayed in that particular trend. Even on intraday basis, when I am taking the trades, I was not on the short side.
Okay.
I was concerned only on the long side, because I can understand that this is a sharp V-shaped recovery. So in a higher time frame, the prices were above monthly CPRs, so the overall trend has changed from bearish to bullish.
Correct.
Now, as a day trader, I was prepared to take only long positions, and I was carry forwarding my positions also.
Okay.
So in 2020 and 2021, I used to carry forward my positions more frequently. But recent times I am not taking any carry forward positions. Recent times I have reduced my swing trades and positional trades, and now I am more of a intraday trader.
Yeah.
But during the COVID crash and 2021, I was a more positional and swing trader.
Okay.
So this is a very simple CPR strategy. Market is staying above CPR, market is having a narrow CPR, so the entire month is going to be trending. So these are the clues which I had, which helped me to trade during the COVID crash and the recovery.
Okay. As you discussed, like you were taking swing trades majorly during the
Yes.
COVID crash and post-COVID crash in the recovery phase.
Yes.
And you also explained okay, how you use CPR to
Yes.
take these swing trades. Can we like elaborate on this particular strategy of CPR a little bit more? Like what were your exact entries? What were your exact exits?
Okay. So always I plan my entries at 3 locations.
Okay.
So the first location will be at when the prices are taking supports at CPR. Okay, so let me show you. So in general, I have 3 entry points. I'm going to take entries only at these 3 entry points. So my first entry is, there should be a narrow CPR. So let's consider this is the month of September 2020.
Yeah.
So I need a narrow CPR, and I want the prices to take support at the monthly CPR. So basically this is daily chart, and this is a narrow CPR, and the bull candle is taking support at CPR. So that is going to be my entry point.
This green candle.
Yes, this green candle.
Okay.
Now what happens? My stop loss will be very small below the CPR. So if I am getting a bear candle close on a closing basis, if there is a bear candle below CPR, then that is going to be my stop loss. Okay. And now my second entry location is when the prices are taking a breaking R1 and previous month high in a single bull candle. So it should be a narrow CPR, and the prices should break R1 and previous month high with a bull candle close. So what I will do is this candle will be closing at 3:30. So 5-10 minutes before, I will be taking call options and I will be carry forwarding my position.
Okay, so this is like one trade is support based, another trade is breakout based.
Breakout based, yes. Okay, and my second entry location where I usually go with a lesser position sizing is when the market is breaking R2 and when the market is taking support at R2. So the first entry location is at CPR, the second entry location is at R1 and previous month high breakout, and my third entry location is when R2 is getting broken or the prices are taking supports at R2. So my stop loss will be below R2. Any bear candle close below R2 is going to be my stop loss. Since the prices are breaking R2, my position sizing will be much lesser. Maybe I will go with only 50% position sizing. So on the other hand, if the prices are taking supports at CPR or when the prices are breaking R1, I go with my full position sizing. So these three entry locations are my key points where I used to take trades on 2020 and 2021. And even now, I used to trade based on these levels. More
on an intraday basis.
On an intraday basis, yes.
Okay. And what about the targets, sir?
And my targets, when I'm taking an entry at CPR, my target is always R1. Okay, so this is going to be my target. So let me mark it in a different color. So this is going to be my target if my entry is at CPR. And if I am entering at R1 and previous month high breakout, my target is going to be R2.
Okay.
And if I am entering at R2, my target is going to be R3. So simple. So this is my entry points, and my stop loss is always below CPR, below R1 and below R2. So these are my stop losses. And more importantly, I focus on narrow CPR months more. Now there are days we get breakouts on a wide CPR. Now you can see over here, in the month of November, just observe the CPR length.
Correct.
And if you observe the month of December, the distance between the CPR is very big. So this is a wide CPR.
Yeah.
Now, if there is a breakout on a wide CPR, then what I used to do is I reduce my position sizing into half. So here you can see the market is breaking the R1 and previous month high zone. So this is R1 and previous month high zone, and the market is breaking that zone. So what I would do is I would go for a long position when there is a breakout. Now my target is not going to be R2. So R2 is not going to be my target. Instead, what I do is I take the 50% of this R1 and R2. So this is R1 and this is R2. So the 50% is going to be my target because already the CPR is wide. Already the CPR is wide. So I cannot expect a bigger targets. So I would be booking my profits somewhere around this R1 and R2 50%. So even on a wide CPR, we get entries. But what happens? I will reduce my position and I will book my profits at R1, R2 50% level itself.
Okay. So like if the R1 is breaking, you should take the trade. Doesn't matter if the CPR is narrow or wide, but just reduce the quantity.
Just reduce the quantity. Yes. Because position sizing is the key.
Correct.
Once your position is less, your loss is going to be less. So automatic. So I always follow high probable and low probable entries. Why I am following this high probable and low probable entries is to decide my position sizing.
Correct.
So I'm already integrating my position sizing with the setup. So if it is a high probable, I'm going with a higher position sizing. And if it is a low probable trade, I'm going with a lower position sizing. Correct. So high probable trades there are higher chances I will be winning at least 60 to 70% of the time. And in a low probable trade, I'm having a lesser win rate and I will be losing less. So I'm integrating the setup along with the position sizing so that my risk and money management will take care of itself.
I mean, we get a lot of comments on all our strategy videos that, okay, I have tested the strategy. This does not work in the real market. The charts are already made. That's when you're teaching everything. And if I talk about this strategy particularly, this actually looks like a typical classroom strategy,
Yes.
like a classical stock market trading strategy, which you learn while learning the basics of stock market,
True.
when you learn the pivot points, and then
True.
you're like, okay, buy above the R1, break out of the R1. And because the market was very trendy while this period, right, during the fall or during the time of recovery, it was very trendy, right?
Yes.
And people were making money like in random stocks.
Yes.
Just put the money and it was growing.
True.
That was the period.
True. Agreed.
Right? So this strategy was working back then, but at the same time, every strategy was working back then.
True.
Correct?
Any trend following strategy.
Yeah, any trend following strategy, you just put the money, it was giving you the returns.
True.
Then what makes this strategy really very special? That's what I want to know.
Okay, so most of the trend following strategies, they fail in a range bound market.
Correct.
But the speciality with this CPR indicator is even it will tell you whether the trend is going to be range bound. So that's when we get a wide CPR. So let's take moving average. So if there is a positive crossover on the upside, the trend is going to be bullish. And if there is a negative crossover, then the trend is going to be bearish.
Correct.
Okay, so if someone is in this COVID crash and in this COVID recovery, if somebody is using a moving average or somebody is using an alligator indicator, so they would have seen, it would have given a beautiful short signal and it would have shown a beautiful long signal.
Yeah, crossovers
It would have happened.
Correct.
Now, when the trend is range bound, so the moving averages will take some time to turn, or there will be a crossover, but the market will not fall.
Correct.
There will be a crossover on the short side, but the market will not fall. And there will be a crossover on the positive side, but the market will not go up.
Correct.
And the same thing with respect to alligator indicator as well. So any trend following indicator, I'm not specific about moving average or alligator. So any trend following indicator, they fail in a range bound market. So they fail to show the range bound market in a precision manner. But when it comes to CPR, we can easily identify that if it is a wide CPR, the entire month is going to be range bound. So I can see that on the first of every month.
Correct.
So if the first of every month, the entire month CPR is wide, then this month is going to be range bound. So either I can stay away from trading, or I can trade only with a minimal quantity. So that's what it makes this CPR indicator so special. And there is also one interesting observation I would like to say. So if the CPR is wide, the entire month is going to be range bound.
Okay.
Now there are some months where the CPR will be narrow, but still the market will be range bound.
Okay.
It is because the distance between the previous month low and the previous month high, this range is very big. So since this range is very big, even though there is a narrow CPR, the market is going to be range bound, because already the market has exploded in the previous month.
Okay.
So this month we are having a narrow CPR, but still the range is very big. So it's going to be a range bound market. So based on these simple observations, CPR stands out among all the other indicators. So it's well known to show you the trend for the entire month and the first of every month. It is good at showing the trend for the entire week on the first of every week.
Okay.
So that's what is unique about CPR, and it stands out of all the trend following indicator.
And as you said, okay, if the previous month range is very big, so the previous month high and previous month low will have a significant range.
Yes.
And if the CPR is narrow, then the internal range will be enough to give you
the reversal trades.
Yeah, reversal trades, support trades with good decent target risk reward ratio.
Correct, right? You are right. Struggling with confusing charts, false breakouts and poor entries? Then this CPR indicator is a game changer for you. It helps you to identify clear support and resistance, trend direction, and you can trade with confidence without any guesswork. Whether you are a swing trader or day trader, This CPR indicator will give you accurate entry points, stop loss levels, and targets. And also, you will learn risk and money management along with position sizing to protect your capital. And guess what? More than 8,000 traders have benefited from this course. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll today and become a CPR smart trader.
I remember you were talking to one of our experts yesterday, and you said, and that expert said, "Ki okay, CPR is the only indicator, is the only leading indicator in the market."
You're telling like CPR is a futuristic indicator.
Yeah, I mean, which can tell you about what's going to happen in the future. Like usually, what indicators say, ki what has already happened. They are either lagging or something called as coincide indicators, right?
Correct.
I mean, you are like one of that person in our country who actually introduced CPR to our country, right? Who actually started talking about CPR like at a very early stage while nobody was talking about it.
Yes.
So how is this the leading indicator? That's my first question. So I just want to know that, amongst all the like hundreds of indicators, I can say now thousands because everybody is creating their own indicator nowadays. What was that one special thing, right? Which makes CPR the leading indicator? Like how price is actually following leading indicator. Leading indicator means what? Okay. First, the indicator gives the signal and then the price follows it.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So how is this CPR, which is in a way, a pivot point? In a way, it's pivot point, right? It is giving you the resistance level and support levels and the central pivot range. Correct? Why the market is actually following this range?
Actually, pivot points was there. A traditional pivot point was there for so many years. But among that pivot points, CPR stands out. Now, actually, CPR is a upgraded version of a traditional pivot.
Okay.
But pivot was not so much favoring to the traders because it shows only one information, like if the prices are above the pivot, it is going to be bullish. And if the prices are below the pivot, it is going to be bearish. That's it. But apart from that, it doesn't shows any other values or it doesn't show any other information about the market. So let's say I'm using a traditional pivot and in the first of the month, if the market is above the pivot, then I would consider that this entire month is going to be bullish. But I don't know whether based on this traditional pivot, it is going to be a trending day or whether it is going to be a range bound day. So this information was lagging with respect to a traditional pivot. Now this upgraded version of pivot point, this CPR, this 3 levels gives us enough information to predict what is going to happen next week or next month. Even we can on a weekend we can even say how the trend is going to be for the next week by plotting the values on Friday or Saturday itself.
Okay.
So if, as I said earlier, if the CPR is narrow, if the CPR is wide, or if the CPR is ascending, there are many stocks which has given more than 10% fall, and then from there onwards it forms ascending CPR and it gives more than 10-20% returns. So in this way, even this ascending CPR helps to capture a good quality stock, a fundamentally strong stock, when it's available at a better prices. So in this way, CPR is a leading indicator because it shows because the CPR shows like it is having ascending CPR, so this entire month is going to be bullish. So when the prices are taking supports at CPR, I can easily go for a long. So ascending CPR, as you know, the CPRs will be going higher and higher every session. So when the prices are moving along with the CPR and above the CPR, taking supports at the CPR, I am going for a long. So well before this month starts, I can be prepared like, okay, I'm having an ascending CPR for this month. So I have to stay on the long side. So if the prices are taking support at CPR, I'm going to be a buyer. I am going to be on the long side. I'm going to trust the bulls. So in this way, it helps to plan us for the entire month on the first of every month. So this 3 lines not only shows narrow CPR, wide CPR, trending and range bound market, it also shows ascending CPR where you can capture a fundamentally good stock. And it also shows a descending CPR where you can narrowly escape a crash. Let's say you are holding a fundamentally strong stock, you are in a good profits, you are in a good returns, But in some cases, what if there is a allegation on that particular company? Then the next day there will be a huge gap down,
Correct.
and that is what happened with the Adani Hindenburg issue.
Yeah.
So in these kind of cases, you can narrowly escape if you see a descending CPR, and if the prices are trading below the descending CPR.
Okay.
So in this way, it helps to plan our trade. It helps to plan our trade as well as our positions. It helps to plan our holdings as well. In such a way, it helps to make a good profit or narrowly escape a crash. So that's why CPR is considered to be a futuristic indicator. It shows everything well ahead of time. What happens in this week, it tells before the week's event starts. What's going to happen on the month, it tells on the first of every month. What is going to happen tomorrow, it tells us after 3:30 today itself. So that what's make CPR stand out of all the trend following indicators. And CPR is considered to be a futuristic indicator, as we were talking yesterday.
But there are some other pivot points as well, right? The Camrilla or
Yes.
we were talking about the traditional ones, right?
Yes.
But there is a Camrilla pivot point, then there is a Fibonacci based pivot point, and then there are a few more, right? So if you compare these pivot points, then still like CPR has an edge over the others.
Yes, of course, CPR has an edge because all these traditional indicators, there is traditional pivot, classic pivot, Camrilla pivot, Fibonacci pivots, DMARC pivots, and Woody pivots. So there are a lot of pivot points. Now all these pivots individually, they show you only one trend. Above pivot it's going to be bullish, and below pivot it is going to be bearish. For all these pivots, the pivot formula remains the same. Only the calculation for resistance and supports are changing. So each and every pivot points differs only in the resistance and support calculations.
Okay.
But apart from that, all the pivot points is having a common concept, like above pivot it's bullish and below pivot it is bearish. So like CPR gives a multi functionality, these traditional pivots they never give you. So of course, every pivot has their own pros and cons, but still comparing with the other traditional pivot points, CPR always stands one step ahead.
As we discussed, you were doing swing trading while the COVID crash and while the recovery time.
Yes.
And now you shifted to intraday trading.
Yes.
Right. So what kind of indication you got that you shifted your trading style from swing trading to intraday trading?
Okay, actually I became a swing trader during the COVID crash by accident, because I am a intraday trader first of all. So in 2017, 18, 19, I was doing intraday trades. How I became a swing trader was during the COVID crash, and when the news was spreading across the country that China is having a complete lockdown, everything.
Yeah.
I take short positions for intraday only. But since the trend is really good, and since there is negative news across the globe, I want to carry forward my position. So I was not purposefully taking a swing trade. I was taking intraday trades where the trend remains good, and I wanted to carry forward the position. So that's how I was focusing on swing trades during the COVID crash. Now, during all this COVID crash, since I have been used to carry forward my position, that became a habit. And during the COVID recovery also, I used to take long position, I carry forward. I take long position for intraday, I book profits, and few quantities I carry forward.
Correct.
So that has become a habit. Then post 2020 and 2021, the VIX has completely dropped, and the market volatility has settled down.
Okay.
So now I started to focus more on day trades, because carry forwarding doesn't make sense anymore. Was not making sense anymore after the COVID recovery. Post COVID recovery, in the early part of 2021, a carry forwarding position doesn't seems to be good. So I was comfortable with intraday trades, and that's how I continued with my intraday trades. And then onwards, what happened? My capital also started to increase.
Got
So from 10 lakh, I was increasing my capital to 25 lakh. Then I'm going onwards to 50 lakh.
Mhm.
So my capital is also growing. So I wanted to protect my capital. So when I was having a small capital, it is easy to carry forward your position. It is easy
Mhm.
to take a lesser risk. But when your capital grows, even a lesser risk seems to be a big capital.
Yeah.
So that's why I started to shift more to intraday trades. And in recent times, I am a complete intraday trader, and I'm not focusing more on the swing trades. So that's how. So as I said earlier, I became a swing trader by accident.
Mhm.
Just by carry forwarding my position, I became a swing trader. But always I wanted to be a day trader only.
So there's no particular criteria that you saw. Okay, now this is when I should shift to intraday trading or any
There
or.
is no specific reason like I should shift to intraday trading, because I've always been an intraday trader.
Mhm.
So even if I during the COVID crash and the recovery, I take intraday trades. I book most of my profits, and I carry forward only a small portion of my quantities.
Okay.
So that's how I was doing swing trades during the COVID crash and the recovery. So there is nothing to transition from a swing trader to a day trader.
But the main problem with intraday trading is you have to sit in front of the screen. But I mean, if you are not opening your laptop and trading that day, that means you're not making any money.
True.
Correct?
Yes.
While in swing trading, if there is a position which is still on and the market is moving, you don't have to do anything. Just keep a track of it, and market is making money for you. That's the biggest problem of intraday trading. That if you are not present, if you are not trading, you're not making any money. Right? Then how do you overcome this problem? Or can you
Okay.
actually overcome this problem?
Most probably we can take like this. If you among the most full-time traders in our country,
Mhm.
if you see who is taking more leave on an intraday, it will be me on the top, because most of the days I will be not trading.
Like
Because
even today, right? We are shooting right now. It
even
is
today,
morning.
even yesterday, even for past 2 days, I have been shooting in Dun and
Yeah.
Upsurge. So I am a more frequent absentee with respect to intraday trades, because
So is it like I've made enough money for myself now? I just don't want to trade anymore.
it's not like that. If I am having any particular work, I focus on that work. I'm not like no, I will look at that work after 3:30 only. I'm not that kind of person.
Mhm.
Let's say if I want to come for a shoot, I will be like, okay, I'm ready to shoot in the morning. I will be not like no, till 3:30 I want to trade, after 3:30 only I will come for a shoot. It's not like that. So maybe it's like a mindset or what, I don't know. I'm not a person who want to sit and trade every day.
Yeah.
If the entire week, Monday to Friday, if I'm free, then I'm ready to trade. But if I'm having any work commitment, then I'm ready to sacrifice that particular day, even if it is expiry, because market is going to be here for so many years. Well, before I was born, the market was here.
Yeah.
Now I'm in my 30s and the market is here, and even the market will be there forever. So I'm a person who is not that much addicted, like I should sit and trade every day. I should not miss this monthly expiry. Of course, yesterday's was a monthly expiry, and I missed it. The market was trending and I missed it as a trend following trader, as a directional trader. But still, I'm not that kind of a person like I wanted to trade every day. So I most probably I take a lot of off from trading due to a lot of personal works and other work commitments.
You can say it's a con, but it's also pro. Or the best part about intraday trading is there is no overnight risk. Like you can sleep very peacefully.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
if you have a right mindset, you can sit and trade. And if you're not ready, if you're not comfortable, then you're not constantly bothered by what's happening in the market. Okay, like whenever you're ready, you can just open your laptop, open your phone, and start trading. But if you're not in the right mindset, that's when you can completely avoid it. And I think that's where people, the addiction part is where people lag the most while trading intraday. They have to trade. They have to sit in front of the screen from 9 to 3:30. Otherwise, they feel like, okay, I'm jobless.
Yes.
Right. So since we're talking about the mindset part only, let's talk about the mindset. What are the 3 key rules or the 3 ideas that you have in your trading which actually shapes your trading or shapes your entire career as a very successful trader in the industry?
Okay, so for me, if there should be any three habit or three things which shaped me as a good trader, is the first thing is passion. So you should have the passion for the market. We can see a lot of traders, especially after COVID, they are not having the passion. They are just interested to make money.
Yeah, they have passion for the money,
They have passion
not the
for the
market.
money, not for the market,
Yeah.
not for learning part or not for the analysis part. They just straight away they just want to make money. So for me, I had a deep passion, and even I worked with three reputed broking firms where my experience was very immense. I worked with Carvey Stock Broking, I worked with Spider Software, and even I worked with Zerodha for 6 months. So because I was not feeling ashamed to work. I just don't want to become a trader straight away.
Mhm.
I just want to gain the experience. I want to gain the knowledge what is happening in the market. So I had a deep passion. So I worked with so though I am from an engineering background, I still worked in those broking firms, which is totally irrelevant to my career.
Correct.
But still I worked there because I had a strong passion for the market. I want to learn everything in a quick manner. I want to know how the market is functioning. And then the first thing is I had a deep passion. So everybody should have a passion towards the market. Then the second thing is I had a patience. I was not in a hurry to become a full-time trader.
Mhm.
Accidentally I studied CPR in 2018, and accidentally I became a full-time trader in 2019 because I was able to make my salary easily.
Yeah.
So it was not actually planned. It was not like I have to work only for 1 year, I have to work only for 2 years, then the third year I become a full-time trader. It's not like that. So if I would have not become a full-time trader, if I would have not become a profitable trader, then I would have still worked for some broking firms or any other proprietary firms like that.
Correct.
So the second thing which helped me to become a good trader is patience.
Mhm.
I was not in a hurry to make money. Even if I am not making money from trading, and even if I want to work, I was ready. I was not having a target like I want to become a full-time trader in 6 months. I want to become a full-time trader the next year. So I did not have any deadlines or targets. I was just having the patience, like if I'm able to make money, then I'm okay to become a full-time trader. And if not, I will keep trying and I will keep doing my regular job. So I was patient enough to master how to make money from the markets. So if you see, I started in 2014 till 2017. I was just trading in the penny stocks, and then from 2017 till 2019. So this 3 years was a complete game changer. I was not having any deadlines or any expectations from the market, just going through a lot of workshops, webinars, conferences, and working with broking firms, and exploring the CPR indicator, taking a lot of trial and error trades. I was having that patience. But if you fast forward and if you check at the recent time, people are not having the patience. People just wanted to subscribe to one algo platform, and instantly they want to make money.
Even now, as you mentioned, right? You said, ki, okay, I was not having any deadline of 6 months or 1 year.
Yes.
So even in the example, you gave yourself a pretty decent amount of time, 6 months and 1 year, right?
Yes.
Right now, what happens is nowadays everybody want to become a trader maybe in a week by doing a workshop, as you said, or any boot
Correct.
camp,
Correct.
or they want to become a trader maybe to the most they want to learn one or two strategies and then practice it for like 15-20 days, and they want to start full-time trading within a month or two max,
Correct.
right? I think that's where the real problem lies. If you want to become professional anything, if you want to become a CA or a doctor, all these are professionals,
Yes,
right?
yes.
They, like, being a doctor requires 7-8 years of training. Being a
Yes.
CA requires maybe lifetime for a lot of people. But people want to become professional trader maybe in a month or two, right?
Correct.
And that's where majority of the traders fail in the
Yes.
patience part. And
Yes.
even after, when they become trader, when they are trading, right, patience is the most difficult part of the trading.
Yes.
right? Understanding the strategy is fine, understanding the concept is fine, but holding the stock,
Yes.
holding the trade, that's where majority of the traders lag. That's what I feel.
Yes. So of course, patience has to be there, and the patience should not be there for few months or not for few days or few weeks or few months. It should be for a few years at least, because mastering the markets, it will take at least few years. So, and then the final thing which helped me to become a good trader is uh, practice. So I keep on practicing my strategies. Even now, we are all learners for the market. The market is supreme. Market is our teacher. We learn every day from our mistakes. Even now, even today, even this week, even this month, we make mistakes. We go through a lot of losing streaks. We go through drawdowns. So the market teaches each now and then, like, you are still a learner. The market teaches us you are still a student. I am the master.
Correct.
So we have to keep on practicing our strategies according to the market changes, according to the regulatory changes. So we have to tweak our strategies accordingly. We have to change the time frames, or we have to change our entries. Earlier, I used to take entries only when the day high is getting broken, or when previous day high is getting broken, or swing high is getting broken. But now I have to tweak my entry and I have to bring it down to CPR.
Okay.
Or even before CPR, based on the reversal around S1 or previous day low. I have to adjust my entries accordingly. So these kind of things which we look at the market in live, we keep on practicing. So passion, patience, and practice should be there for everybody, and this has helped me. I personally followed this. I had the passion, I had the patience, and even now I'm practicing everything. Even now I'm trying a lot of combinations with CPR to find out that little bit of extra edge in the market. So of course, these three things have shaped me to become a better trader.
So PPP: passion, patience, and practice.
Practice.
So if we make a movie, on your life, it won't be RRR, it will be PPP then.
True.
All right. So thank you so much, sir, for giving us all these market insights and your journey on how you use this one indicator called CPR, how you mastered it, and how your trading journey actually looked like from a few lakhs to crore plus corpus. Very insightful session, sir. Thank you so much for being here all the way from Chennai and sharing all these things with all our audience. And of course, for the wonderful strategy. Thank you so much for being a part of Upsurge podcast. And we really look forward to see you very soon again on this channel and get some more insights from you.
Thank you, Ansh, and thank you, Upsurge team, for having me. Thank you.
All right, so if you enjoyed this podcast, which I know you did, then you must check out this podcast as well. I know you love this one too. And hit the like button, share this podcast with all your trader friends, and let us know if you have any questions or suggestions for us. And I'll see you in more such informative content on this channel only. So subscribe. Till then, keep learning, keep trading, and investing with Upsurge.